I'm CT. When I'm not hosting podcasts, I'm in the real world, using my real name. I mean, everybody has to work, right? My job is CS, customer service, solutions, relationships, and generating motivation to keep my team pumped up and connected to every guest who chose to stop in and pick up a few things or get a large basket full of everything. This is C.T.C.S. Episode number 1. I really don't know where I'm going with this. One of our greatest features here at the store are these pint-sized shopping carts, designed for kids ages maybe 3 to 7, but I see adults doing it as well as I see a lot of teenagers using the cart. I mean, they stack it full, and it's just barely even a cart. But I think one of the things that it teaches the little ones responsibility. I mean, they march through the store like they mean business. I mean, they're shopping, they're picking things out, they're deciding right there with their parents, and I love it when they let their little ones will unload it for the cashier, and there have been times where I've let them even take it across the little beepers, so that they can see that there is a process before it even hits the bag. But it's still one of the greatest fun things to watch, and it really makes me laugh as an adult and makes me kind of jealous that I didn't have this when I was a child. When you're up here in CS, you've got to make sure that your team is run like a pro team. You've got to know where your players are and who's going to be working where, and how do we make sure that guests get through these lines as quickly as possible with the fewest amount of mistakes. And so we've got a playbook right here in front of us, and you've got to work it out. And today we've got to go up to an employee and say, I know you don't like doing self-checkout, but you got to go. And so, we sit there and we pick, okay, which one of us is going to go tell her. I mean, she goes and all that kind of stuff. There's not any trouble with it. It's just that it's always like you always want to make sure that you've got the right players in the right place at the right time. And that's how you build success, and you want to have a very successful circle. Being in CS, there's one thing that you've got to be prepared for, and that is putbacks. Putbacks are the items that people decide at the last minute that they don't want. And what a better way to get to know your store than to be the person that leads when it comes to doing the putbacks. It also inspires those at the cash register that as they continue to grow with the store, that they can become wiser with where things are instead of getting on the horn and basically saying, hey, where is this at? Where is this at? When you put things back, it's right away. It's like you know exactly what the guest is looking for, and you can take them directly there without searching the store and stuff. But there's always a fun little game that I like to do. Is that there are some things that we don't know where it goes, but somehow, some way, it's inside the store, and so we each of us are challenged. We try to go find it, and it's just something you giggle about, because you could have a full store full of people, and where the stress level is pretty high, but you're not wearing the stress, but you laugh at the little moments where you couldn't find one little area where this particular object was going. And today, the object were these plastic ice cubes that you put in the freezer, and then they turn cold, and then you can put them in drinks and stuff. And for the love of God, none of it's like, where did these even come from? And there's always that big chance that where they come from is another store, but because we have so many stores, it was probably brought back, and they got their money back for something, and then somehow, some way, it ended up in this place. It's a challenge, those putbacks. I just walked up to one of the baggers, and I said, dude, we got to talk. Kind of a serious voice. Dude, seriously, we got to talk. And I took him to the side, and I said, dude, got to let you know, you were absolutely amazing last night when it came to delivering what you were supposed to do, and that is making sure that all the carts were off the parking lot last night. And I said, it felt so good to get out of here at 11:15 last night and not having to go outside and to bring in 15, 30 different cars. So I appreciate you being a superstar. And just little things like that, man. It enlightens people to want to really, be victorious in their own way. They want to hear that they're doing a great job. 9:31 p.m. For Saturday night, you have these rush hours and things like that. And the way that we celebrated with the team tonight is that we're all having an ice cream social together, just to get us, into that place where the latecomers come in. And it's fun to be part of a team that really works together to create together, to find success together, and then we celebrate life with ice cream. Isn't that kind of weird how all that happens? And that's the kind of team that we like to build. It's about sharing. It's about moving together as one when the guests are coming through. Officially 11 o'clock. This is where the CS department now hits the parking lot. to find out how many carts are out here, and we got to get the carts in. People like to steal carts, man. They do. They steal them. They take them home. They do what they got to do. Sometimes they just walk them home and then bring them back the next day. Just for convenience and stuff like that. It's funny how you can go from having a ton of carts to having barely any carts, and then a couple days later, you got carts all over the place again. Man, carts are expensive. I priced them on the web, something like almost $300 or $400 per cart. It's just amazing how expensive they are. So, didn't get anywhere near my step goals today. So I always try to hit 15,000. I got maybe 13,000 in. A little disappointing. I guess there weren't that many putbacks today. But, the good news is we had a very successful night. The guests were happy. No complaints in the CS department. You gotta love a night like that.